Welcome back to Friday Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at Chainlink on the macro scale to start us off with the monthly chart. Maybe you haven't seen Chainlink on the monthly chart, and if so, you're in luck. We're going to cover it, right? Just said it. All right, let's get going. We have our consolidation resistance zone here in the yellow. So I know this chart looks kind of busy, but trust me, we're going to need everything on here, and we're going to talk about it all. So first and foremost, we're in our new resistance zone. Previous month in November, we closed just under it. Now we're breaking into it. We have a whopping 4 days, 8 hours until December closes the year. 2023, been a decent year for Chainlink. Our lows all the way down, right? Previously, June, sub $5 when everyone was screaming for $2, $1, kill your mother, Chainlink. I don't know where we're going with that. 50 cents, right? All the bears, doom and gloom, usually at the bottom, right? That's when we got it. And a nice rally off of there, all the way up to our high of 1730 so far this year. Perhaps 2024 will be even better, right? And that's what we're going to look at in this macro scale. So are we set up for a potential breakout? Potentially. We don't have enough information yet because one, we're still in this resistance zone the same time we were in September of 2020. Okay. We're still there. We will likely break up much higher once we can break out of this zone. Not only that, you can see the top of our monthly Gaussian channel right there at the $20 area. Our previous kind of low after this massive move up, right? That was really our biggest sell-off with Chainlink. May and June of 2021, that low closed right at the top of this zone. And that kind of flipped from support to resistance right here. And that's where we kind of fell down, right? And our 500 days sideways, now accumulation mode back up, right? And not only that, but what are we seeing? What's an important sign that we want to be watching for in a bull market? One, volume. So look down here at the volume here, and we have the average of volume. And what do we notice? Above average by volume. That's always a good sign for bulls. Always a good sign. When was the last time we had above average volume? Certainly back-to-back months. You got to go back a ways, right? So first and foremost, hello, wake up. Something is different than we have seen in literally years. And to be exact, we're looking at really almost 4 years to the day, to the month, right? We're January 2021, February 2021, the last time we had above average volume on back-to-back months. And here we are almost 4 years, 3 years later, seems like 87 years later, but here we are. So this is a good start, right? At the beginning of a bull market. Note, last time was the end of said bull market. Right. And if you want to go back really to the previous bear going into bull, right, we don't have that much data. So now we'll have a lot more data going into, say, the next cycle, 3, 4, 5 years from now. Right. We'll have a lot more to go on, like Ethereum does, like Bitcoin does. Right. You can go back and look at several cycles for Bitcoin. Right. But for Chainlink, hello, we're looking at the entry level. Really, you can't really compare, right? We went from like 50 cents to $6, right? We did over a 10x in a couple of months here, right? I mean, seriously, 46 cents to $6, over $5, right? Nice 10x in just 2 months, right? Not likely we're going to do that this time, but to paint an importance of, where we're looking at above average volume for the first time in nearly 3 years with the Bollinger Bands, right? Noting the Bollinger Bands on the monthly scale diverging perfectly away from each other. That leads to increased volatility and you can get bigger moves this way. However, like we said, we're inside monthly resistance zone, right? So this is where we are, right? And noting previously when we were in this zone, right? This was kind of our breakout. And also noting that we're at the end of the cycle and now we're at the beginning of the cycle. Okay. So that is what you want to see you don't want to see Chainlink here in a year from now, right? You wouldn't want to be at the end of the cycle again, battling this, right? But at the beginning of the cycle, right? Here's the beginning of the last cycle was right here, right? So even if we've already made this move, right? It's less this time. Well, maybe we do some consolidation before moving back up higher. So don't lose your patience, right? If you've been through all this, right? This should be well welcomed. And even if we consolidate, and we could for a couple of months before making our next breakout move, this would be very healthy to have a nice $6 to $17 move, consolidate for a month, 2 months, whatever it might be, and then break out, right? That would be ideal, right? Let's remove this and let's paint a ridiculous picture here. Maybe we're doing a monthly kind of a bull flag, right? Maybe we're painting our flagpole now where we kind of move up here and then we kind of consolidate. This might be more evident on like the weekly. Sometimes monthly bull flags don't always play out. They look more like just consolidation, but weekly, right? Maybe we do something similar to this where we just kind of chill and then go into a nice move later in, early 2024, mid 2024. We will update it, every step of the way, right? That's why we created this channel, to keep all the FOMO away and look at the facts in the charts. And it's still okay to be excited and you're not a hype boy, right? So I do like Chainlink, but I try to still look at it as unbiased as possible. But, looking at this chart, it's hard not to be a little bit excited, right? The monthly chart, nice and early stages of a breakout, volume confirming, Bollinger Bands confirming, upper tier of the Gaussian channel confirming, out of resistance zone, right? We're there now. I love the fact that we're there now and we haven't even seen an alt season yet. We haven't seen a real breakout for alts. And speaking of that, we're starting to see that. Now, what am I talking about? If you go over to Total 3, right? This is pure altcoins. No Ethereum and no Bitcoin is included in this. So Total 3, you have this, right? And if you go down to, look at where we're pressing the top of the monthly Bollinger Band, Gaussian channel there. But if we go down to the weekly, now stick with me on this. Look at altcoins above average since October, for 3 months straight now, above average volume, and majority of it is what? Buy volume. Bollinger Bands looking good, still diverging away from each other, holding above the EMA 8. And not only that, but this is the line we've been talking about in our Patreon group for literally months now. We're looking at this breakout zone, this previous high from August of 2022. We have now broken out just a handful of weeks ago. And this is a good sign, right? Once 500 billion comes, we have a shot of seeing some kind of alt season in the not so distant future. Now that could still likely be a couple of months from now. What I would like to see for altcoins is, this breakout move, and then let's form some kind of a bull flag or something like this where we come down and retest, this is called a throwback, a breakout level. And a throwback is called a retest of said breakout level. This is how you remain super healthy, especially if we can get this kind of build this flagpole. And then a bull flag is a tight, really tight and consolidated move down. And then massive breakout, right? That's what we're looking for. And we'd have a target on that of just around 600 billion, which would be like this low here, right? You see these lows back in here? Right, we'd be looking at kind of that for being our target area, 650 billion, right? And that is a pretty good move for just altcoins. This is not including, again, Bitcoin or Ethereum. So even from where we are now, right, we'll be looking at, hit the right button, fool, 25%, even from here, market wide on altcoins. That's pretty substantial move, and that would likely be even just the start of altcoin season, true alt season. We do not have that yet. Chainlink trying to lead the way here today, up a stellar 9% on the day. We now have our weekly Gaussian channel green looking absolutely perfect after consolidation, right? Move up, consolidate, and maybe another move up, or right, maybe we just consolidate a little bit longer, right? Well, it's going to depend on what Bitcoin does, right? Nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen. But that's that wrapped up for Chainlink for today. Hopefully you learned something. What else do you want to see? Nice move out of here on the weekly, turning our Gaussian channel green, confirmed by way above average volume on the weekly. Good signs all around. All right, let's get to our quote of the day. The great thing about getting older is that you don't lose all the other ages you've been. How profound. All right, car of the day, week, month, and year. Any guesses? Maybe you got the badge. Aston Martin, 1961 DB4, one of the rarest Aston Martins you're ever going to see. Might look a little bit rusty. Why would you think that'd be? Because it's old, yes, one. Two, it could be a barn find. Maybe you're like, it's probably not worth much. This sold at auction for over 300 grand. 300 US, not pesos. $300,000 for this. Just like this. Check this out. I thought this was all on Lambos. Super Leggera. That blew my mind when I saw that. Pretty cool there. 1961 DB4 Aston Martin. Even as is, right? Imagine one of these in like impeccable shape, right? This is obviously everything was original in this, but a little bit of rough shape, still went for over 300K. I can imagine one that's like pristine going for probably $1 million or more. Throwback, old school. Some guys, a lot of people requesting some old school supercars. Here you go. Look at the one next to it. Maybe that's tomorrow's. You never know. Be here or be square. All right. That's just the golf cart back here. Stop trying to zoom in. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if that's the front or that's the front. This guy's trying to sneak a peek. Is he straddling the car? That's a no-no. I don't know. I don't think you should get that close to, $500,000 cars. Maybe that's just me. You're enclosed in a tent. Maybe don't straddle cars. I'm going to go smack this guy. I'll track him down for you. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you're still watching. 3 of you. Kudos. Chainlink blue. Maybe we just paint a Chainlink. I should just carry some Chainlink stickers around and deface the value of these. Put some Chainlink stickers on his license plate and he won't even know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know. He's probably earlier. I'll stop here.